Attunement is a 16-minute contemplation or meditation supported by electromagnetic field resonance that initiates a freedom from our inherited DNA programs or behavioural patterning. For 25 years, the PISA Institute's research and development team has uncovered an understanding about our shared evolutionary unfolding that impacts our way of being in our everyday lives. Our DNA holds patterns of stored experiences from events that happened over billions of years in our collective consciousness. Conflicts and aggression have manifested much violence in our ancestral lineages. These vibrational charges are expressed through data and patterns in the DNA codes, often propelling us to feel negative or fixing or limiting our options in life. PISA Institute understands that DNA's expression plays a role in our orientation towards life and our responses to how we meet the situation in our lives. If DNA's expression is viewed as a program of bound patterns affecting our emotions and our relationships, then the information stored in the codes can be neutralized. Forms of consciousness within the codes can elicit behavioral patterns from our past collective violence, generating mindsets of fear, grudge, aggression, or retaliation. Attunement's use of electromagnetic field resonance unbinds these codes, initiating a sense of new options towards deep ease, harmony, and attunement. The unbinding will naturally occur when we come into contact with a particular knowledge that can help to neutralize the past information that is inbuilt in us now. The magnetic field generated from the understanding PISA Institute has uncovered can help unbind us and reprogram the complex emotional programs that we have inherited. If life is a program which influences our thinking patterns, then how do these programs bind us to the particular thought processes and these behavioral responses? Do you ever notice that you find yourself in similar situations and responding in similar ways that may not be productive or optimal, or could even be downright harmful, creating stress and impairing your sleep, for instance? In our lives, we see over time how these programs reappear and the patterns reoccur. Perhaps we have noticed how our capacity to meet life with clarity and openness, how our perceptions are limited, and our emotional responses lack real options. We can become frustrated, negative, angry, even depressed. When David Dee, the founder of PISA Institute, began his research on the workings of life, he found that his practice of contemplation could interrupt his usual thinking patterns and open his consciousness to a new understanding. This is part of the inspiration that led to the founding of this institute. This contemplation practice became an integrated aspect of the PISA Institute, eventually combining its scientific research of electromagnetic field coding. Attunement is offered through the Institute as one of its findings. It is also a contribution to understanding humanity. Humanity has evolved by a myriad dynamic of forces that have grown our existence, our evolution. Conflict is part of humanity's stories, with hundreds of generations of our ancestors experiencing violence and warfare. PISA found that our DNA has recorded this vibrational effect of violence in conflict, which we call data. These data, or the memories of the slaughtering, can greatly affect our senses, our awareness, and the lens through which we perceive life. The vibrational effect generating further conflicts reflected in daily living as arguments, pettiness, jealousy, and feeling separateness or feeling isolated. From this perspective, DNA dictates our regular emotions, such as anxiety, unhappiness, or insecurity. DNA records the evolutionary history of all species. This includes the conflict over so many billions of years. At birth, we inherit value systems encoded in a collective human DNA experience. This can tend to extreme thinking and aggression, and a drive for recognition or success at all costs. In 25 years of research, PISA Institute arrived to an understanding of the undercurrents propelling our life course. This understanding has the key to unbind the existing programs in our DNA. When a group of people gathers to participate in mass attunement, they engage in a process of focusing the collective consciousness towards neutralizing billions of years of the vibrational effect of violent conflict through the collective electromagnetic field. This simple contemplation can gradually help us modulate or make more neutral step by step, or alter the messages emitted by the data in our DNA. We cannot rely on this method alone to change our lives. However, we can feel relief and obtain a calmer emotional state through this simple contemplation. With time, it is possible to have an increased awareness of our extreme thinking and behavioural patterns, such as aggression. Mass attunement also helps to modulate or make more neutral the participant's physical space and modulate the relations linked to the participant. By connecting to our Institute Centre through an online connection, you will be connected to this knowledge, which can help to initiate the unbinding process. Images and sounds are broadcasted during the session. You may choose to watch the video and listen to the music, or turn off these visual and audio effects. The images can seem to have a hypnotic quality. However, their intention is to help initiate the unbinding process. During mass attunement, you could find a comfortable place to sit or to lie, with your eyes open or closed. Take in water if needed. Afterwards, we suggest a quiet transition to the rest of your day in order to support an increased awareness in regard to noticing subtle or nuanced shifts when being in your life. So we have a website, and we'll put the address here. On this website, you can find out how to connect to mass attunement. Also, it has some nice testimonials there from clients and friends who have tried mass attunement, and it's really had an effect on their lives. Often these people seem to share the fact it's really brought a calmness they hadn't really felt before. It's helped with their sleep, and it's helped them have more of a compassionate feeling to life and be more in the flow with life. And we're very grateful for these friends giving us these testimonials. So thanks very much.